100% deserves to be permabanned off the platform straight up. No question asked. Not at all. Just straight up clapped out of the blue. I'm gonna be real. This guy right here, Hasan Piker, has popped out way too hard. And apparently Asmongold just ended Hasan. Let's take a look at this video.
This will go down as the most hilarious self-inflicted meltdown of all time.
Oh shit.
As what started as just a bad debate performance.
Crash out.
Moron! You piece of shit!
What?
It's Iraq and the Pan-Arabic nationalist movement. Iraqis,
Dude, you screaming and grandstanding doesn't mean you're right.
Iraqi government
Spiraled into potential jail time.
I might literally be going to jail
on their hands.
Now, although his streaming platform, Twitch, can protect him by apparently blocking all attempts to report his violations, they...
Wait, what? I'm getting word that it's not possible to report Hasan Abi Twitch. You will receive internal error? What? No way.
Violations. They can't protect him from customs and border protection, as they stopped him when re-entering the country.
They're asking me about Trump. They're asking me about like Hamas, and do you think Hamas is a terror group or a resistance group? Like, he just kept asking over and over again, depending on how I answer those questions.
I mean, it makes sense. You have for weeks, months been supporting terrorists live in front of the camera. I mean, it makes sense why whenever you go to the airport and you land in America, they're like, hey, can we ask you a few questions? Are you a terrorist? I mean, doesn't that make sense? Also, I feel like this is kind of like a normal thing to ask people coming into the country.
He's like, I'm going to jail because he left, went away for
Hamas, Adolf bin Laden, Diddy Piker. Yep.
30.
Can you believe this guy was in a Diddy party?
35 minutes.
He's 45, by the way.
And then he asked like actionable items, but a lot of the that like the Ethan Kleins of the world have like cried about over and over again were unironically brought up in that conversation. The very fact that that was like a point of contention that could have gotten me arrested is insane. And I genuinely in that moment was thinking like, these dumb slop tubers are actually playing with.
Is he blaming content creators for the border guards, for people at the airport to ask him if he supports terrorists after he's for months been like, yeah, I bringing up platforming terrorists and supporting them? Wait, he's 45? No, he's apparently 48.
Fire.
Now, it sounds like Hasan is blaming all the YouTubers that cover his content as to why the country would be concerned.
By the way, it was found to not be true yesterday. Call me surprised. You're telling me the guy that straight up lies 24/7 in every discussion, every arguments, constantly try to manipulate scenarios, was lying about this? Color me shocked, man. Holy fuck.
With his comments, conveniently ignoring it's his own words and actions that caused this. Now, I'm not gonna do a deep dive into why it's believed he supports terror, as insanely, me just showing his clips could be enough to ban a channel like mine. So I just want to talk about how the
Doesn't that say a lot?
The once top political streamer on Twitch is basically being taken down by a guy they call the Roach King. As
Alman! Wait, let's take a look at this. What is this?
Getting interrogated by his own admission at 5 p.m. At 5:30, he says he's fucking out. And yet somehow this is this.
The total runtime of it was like 2 hours.
What the fuck is going on? And then we have every fucking dipshit out there, media outlet, just completely buying this shit. Like,
well, the thing is that this is a Kino story, because there's not going to be any, my guess is, first, airport security usually doesn't comment on anything related to airport security stuff, so you can literally say whatever the fuck you want.
I think that
they took me back there, they anally molested me for a while, and then like, and
Hasan
they're
is
not gonna
just
say anything.
He's just lying. Like, this is just blatant lies that have gone out there And this is like so on brand for him as well. Like, he's not willing to ever admit that he's wrong about something ever, right? The most recent shit being the country thing is like the most obvious lie ever. Instead of being like, what can I say? I learned a lot in 5 years. Instead, that's like, guys, of course I knew. Look at this piece I did on Yemen after that. It's like, bro.
That's so embarrassing. Are you read like a Wikipedia? I think you just copied the Wikipedia article.
It's so stupid. So what we have here is Hasan...
Wait, okay, so then the only...
shape-shifting like Doctor Who or something.
Okay, the only real question here is that, how confident are we that that was his flight back?
100%.
You'd bet I take out a gun right now that's loaded with a God bullet that will
Based
kill
on what
you.
Hasan said, he said it was Sky Priority. He said it was a direct flight, okay? And there's only 3 flights that came into Chicago from that day from France. And he made no mention whatsoever of any connections at all.
Bro, we overanalyzed
This is the flight that Hasan was on. All the times match up. I don't know what...
Bro, we got the detective on the case, man. It seems that Hasan got caught. They caught him. He's lying as always. Classic Hasan.
Asmongold, who was a friend of the channel, spoke about the implication that he was involved in Hasan's detainment.
I take absolutely no responsibility in Hasan getting detained, but I wish I did. The fact is that he does support propaganda. Would you want the TSA and the people that are vetting the individuals coming inside of our country to do additional questioning towards people that have a record for supporting known groups?
And also addresses how Hasan isn't a journalist, but a Twitch streamer.
Sometimes I do actually do journalism.
Journalism is when you tell people that they're like anime characters. I don't want to be too particularly mean, but if Hasan was as big of a journalist as he claims he would be, maybe Bernie Sanders would sit down with him for more than 15 minutes.
He's a big Bernie fan, so I assume this would have pissed him off a lot.
Not trying to be mean, but you're a streamer. Stop trying to act like you're a journalist.
We are dumb monkeys on the screen, man. Streamers are not, we're not professional, man. We're the opposite of professional.
As Zach's calm demeanor really highlights how Hasan isn't.
Can all of you just collectively
Crash out.
shut your stupid fucking woke mouths up? Is that okay? Can we just shut the fuck up collectively?
Loud lies lose to quiet truth. That's gotta be the tagline to this channel now, as it really seems the more angry and emotional you get, the more incorrect the core of your argument is.
If you scream,
and as
you're
Hasan
right.
continues to tumble down the path of irrelevance, the more he's going to attack anybody laughing at him as he descends, as he's mad at Ethan's coverage of his crash out.
And you barely get 3.4 million views on it. What a fucking flop, dude. Oh my god. What is this? Currently sitting at minus 50,000. Oof. Oof.
Are you talking about this kind of shit? When you post a video and it gets less than 50K? While apparently the second biggest political streamer on Twitch gets nearly 1 to 2 million views every day on each video? And you were sitting here talking about somebody else's views? That's crazy, bro.
Saying barely 3.4 million views.
And by the way, the reason why I say that is because he's always fixated on numbers, and he's fixated on everybody's number all the time.
Says you were going to criticize his view count before you saw his view count, as it basically picks up right off when he left YouTube in terms of views. And the whole losing 50,000 subscribers isn't necessarily a bad thing after a hiatus when you have over 5 million. It just shows his fundamental misunderstanding of how YouTube works. And to briefly break it down, you don't want to have subscribers that don't want to watch your videos, because whenever someone sees you in their feed and doesn't want to watch you, it just tells the Google algorithm that this is a video that nobody likes. So sometimes shedding subscribers can be a positive, especially when pivoting content style. But again, Hasan wasn't making fun of Ethan's views or subscriber numbers, he was just projecting his own insecurities, as he's currently losing viewership to Asmongold.
YouTube 12 hours, 580,000 views. Yeah, Trump finally answers the big question, 992,000 views. This is just his clip channel. Let me show you his other channel, his YouTube channel. My honest reaction to Content Cop. About this Content Cop. He can't stop talking about me. Asmongold is officially North America's most watched streamer so far in 2025. He currently has more hours watched than Kai Cenat and iShowSpeed.
To which Asmon turned into more content.
Let me show you his other channel.
He's saying my channel's doing really well. Yeah, thanks, man. Future fans. I mean, that's +2, right?
Peaceful protest got so much worse. 22,000.
I think he loves him, y'all. I think Hasan loves Zach. I think he might have a crush on him because he talks about him every day. Every day he talks about him. He loves him a lot.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
22 hours ago. There it is.
Ali, he won't feel how it feels to have just Twitch or YouTube money because he has Diddy money. You are completely right. This is the son of a billionaire. He was born filthy rich, so it doesn't really matter to him. He has Diddy money.
That's my favorite part about this, is he's trying to make me out like I'm an awful
He's a
guy.
little diddler, guys.
They think this is funny.
Old diddler.
Yeah, there it is.
God damn.
Honestly, I'm glad. Because, like, you know, for a long time, you know, Hasan would bring guests over and show them terrorist propaganda.
I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
And now he's just complaining about my YouTube channel. So I actually think this is a pretty big improvement.
And as someone that also creates content that Asmongold also reacts to, getting 8 times the views, I find it hilarious that this angers
I
Hasan.
talk today, so I don't pay that much attention to Asmon's just chatting streams at all. So I don't really know what the fuck is happening a lot with Hasan and him. But I talk to Daily nearly every day, which is funny. Daily, which is Asmon's main editor. And he shows me the shit that Hasan and them are saying, and I find it's fucking insane how he's still on the platform. It's insane.
On so much.
He just crashes out every fucking day, man, about random bullshit.
As that's just the online content game. Hasan reacts to Fox News the same way
Hi,
Zach
Turner.
reacts to you, and if you don't like what he has to say, don't watch it. And if you're jealous of his success, just use it as motivation to elevate yourself, as spreading lies about him to your audience does nothing.
India had Gandhi. It's the country of peace and harmony. Asmongold had a fairly balanced take. Dude, Asmongold would literally laugh at you
Daily is a
being
millionaire.
ethnically
He's good, man. He's
Indian,
chilling in that
You're-
attic.
He thinks brown people are inferior. What the f are you talking
Oh,
about?
he does?
I think they're great people. I'd love to go to India. I think their culture is
Oh,
great.
shit.
I wouldn't necessarily eat some of the street food
I
there,
guess he
but
isn't.
I have a tremendous respect for them, and I think that it's totally unfair the amount of negative sentiment and negative criticism they get here in America because of call centers over there. I think it's total bullshit. And I was one of the only people that has actively defended Indians from...
That is fucked up, guys. Isn't that crazy? Man, that's fucked up. Did you hear what Hasan said? Man. Apparently, that's nuts, man. Ignore everything Zach is saying. No, let's listen to Hasan.
The
Most humble
zeitgeist
streamer.
of Indian, anti-Indian rhetoric.
Which just goes to show how, again, whether it's view counts or views towards specific people, I don't think Hasan actually has anything to stand on. He just wants to label anybody that endangers his relevance as evil people do not listen to.
Yeah.
As even at his in-person appearance, he's still talking about Asmon.
Oh my god.
At first, I wanted people to talk about politics because I thought like there were a lot of progressive people out there. And then Asmongold became the
Dude, there is something wrong with this guy. He constantly thinks about Asmongold. He has a wild fixation. This has been months. Like, he doesn't stop talking about him rent-free. This is insane. He's even here in a public... What is this, an institution of politics? He's fucking at some school or some shit, and he's still talking about him. Oh my god.
largest political content creator on the platform, and some people know who that is, but
Some people
he's
know.
A right-wing commentator now, the biggest right-wing
Free
commentator
pro,
in
I
North
guess.
America, actually. And now I'm like, maybe
I wonder, you know, I don't know how he feels, but like, if you had somebody this obsessed with you, how would you feel? Because this is insane. The amount of insertion he has of this guy is insane. He constantly talks about him.
maybe don't talk about politics. It's better if they stay apolitical.
I really wonder if Hasan regrets switching from his original bro persona to this holier-than-thou leftist activist that's always one
It looks like a dick measuring competition between those two. I feel like there might be a dick competition from Hasan's view, but it doesn't seem like Zach even gives a fuck. He's just responding to shit sent his way.
Step away from being cannibalized by his own. But I guess that's why this crash out is so satisfying, as I believe he was just on cruise control with his content, constantly trying to cater to an increasingly more extreme audience he's cultivated, not understanding that just because he's Twitch's favorite streamer that gets absurd levels of preference and protection, that he wouldn't face actual consequences from how extreme his statements have become. Meanwhile, you got the Roach King casually lapping you in your own field with zero risk of going to prison.
How is this crash out still going?
It's crazy. This is the longest crash out.
I don't even think it's begun yet. I think it's only the beginning. This is it.
Loud lies lose the quiet truth. So don't let them hide everything else we find. Make sure you're subscribed with those notifications on.
I think he's lost his mind. This has to end. Like, it's been going for too long. Second phase crash out when? Please end this fucking boss fight, please. It has been going on for way too long. It's time to end it. Hasan, you need to stop thinking about Zach. You need to do something else. Oh my God, this is nuts, guys. This is not, honestly, he has to know he's wrong if he's constantly thinking about Asmon. There's like a psychological aspect to how people argue, especially when intellectually they aren't as mature as others. He seems like a child. He seems like a toddler that is mad and has a grudge. Like, this is crazy. He's so obsessed that it reminds me of a boyfriend being Zach and clingy obsession, girlfriend being Hasan. Right? It's not even a boss fight, bro. This is a this is a whole raid, man. Oh my God, this is not. This has to end. Oh my God, it looks like. Oh my God, this is crazy. You mean all right? Zach just responds and doesn't start shit. All you have to do is let Zach's opinion go in your ear and the other, and move on with your life. Lol. Yeah, but he just keeps going. He finds new stuff. Even when it calms down, he finds new stuff. This is nuts. You gotta stop. You gotta calm down. Calm down, man. Calm down.